I don't think vampires need an introduction, but here we go. Evil, pale skin, fangs, creatures of the night who drink our blood and vanish before sunrise. But what if everything we've been told is wrong? What if vampires weren't evil? What if they were the ones protecting us? For centuries, vampires have been the villains of countless folktales, novels, and horror films, feared for their insatiable thirst for blood and their unholy connection to darkness. But this fear comes from something very human. Our ancient terror of death, disease, and the loss of life itself. In the past, if someone died mysteriously, people blamed vampires. If a corpse looked too well preserved, it was seen as proof. Religion and folklore turned them into creatures of sin, afraid of holy water, destroyed by sunlight, cursed forever. Stories spread of creatures who couldn't face the cross, who turned to dust in sunlight, who existed only to prey upon the innocent. Then literature cemented this fear. Bram Stoker's Dracula gave us the iconic aristocratic vampire, charming yet deadly. Films like Nosferatu made the vampire a face of pure horror. Over time, we learned one thing about vampires: they are evil. But what if we've been wrong all along? Imagine for a moment, what if we've misunderstood them? What if vampires drink blood not to kill, but to heal? What if they take infected blood away, removing disease before they spread? What if they fight things even worse than themselves? Demons, monsters, creatures we can't even see? Their thirst becomes a duty. Their curse becomes their sacrifice. And instead of predators, they become protectors. What if they weren't hunters but guardians? Could they be the very creatures keeping us safe from the nightmares we don't even know exist? Imagine a world where vampires are guardians of the night. Their heightened senses allow them to detect disease in blood. They take it away before it spreads. They patrol villages, keeping away creatures that humans cannot see, other monsters far worse than them. Their curse of drinking blood becomes an act of sacrifice that keeps humanity alive. Perhaps they only feed on those who are already dying, or they give something back like strength, healing, protection in exchange for blood. Instead of being parasites, they become partners. This isn't just fantasy. Some legends already tell this story. In Slavic folklore, certain upirs were protectors fighting off dark spirits. In modern times, we've seen this idea too. Blade, the half-vampire who hunts other vampires. In Chinese mythology, the jiangshi, or the hopping vampire, could be stopped with rituals, but some stories tell of them acting as guardians once pacified. In modern culture, we also have Angel of Buffyverse, a vampire cursed with a soul who chooses to fight evil. Twilight's Cullens, the vampires who refuse to prey on humans and protect them. And even Alucard of Helsing, a vampire who uses his monstrous power to defend humanity. These stories resonate because they challenge the black and white morality of folklore. They make vampires complex, not just predators, but beings with choices. So, if vampires were good, would you trust them? Fear is powerful. Even if they saved us, humans might still see them as a threat. Some people might worship them as divine beings, others might hunt them out of suspicion. A world with benevolent vampires could be one of uneasy alliances. Blood given willingly, ceremonies of gratitude under the moonlight, villages relying on their nightly patrols. A world where humanity and vampire kind live in a fragile alliance. Of course, this idea forces us to ask an uncomfortable question. If vampires still need to drink our blood, are they truly good? Or are they simply predators who learned to justify their hunger? And here's the real question. Are they still monsters if they must feed on us to survive? Would you let a vampire drink from you if it meant saving everyone you love? Let me know in the comments. Would you accept a vampire protector or would you hunt them anyway?